Yo guys, welcome back to another video. I hope we're all doing well. So today's a day where I do my 2-year fitness transformation video. So I'm just going to be kind of going through my journey over the last couple of years, the progress I've kind of made, giving hopefully some like hints and tips for you guys, and kind of saying what I'm thinking of going forward over the next couple of years regarding the gym and my overall fitness journey. So there's been like many ups and downs, I would say, along my journey, including quite a few injuries I've had here and there. Obviously, getting my form right has been something probably I've struggled with, especially my first year. I picked up quite a few injuries. Actually, a bit injured right now. I did some RDLs yesterday, and on my last rep of one of my sets, I just messed the lower part of my back up. So gonna probably have to take a couple of days off, which is very frustrating for someone like me. I just want to keep pushing every single day. I don't like my days where I don't go to the gym. Never thought I'd be saying something like that a few years ago. Doing like hard work, especially physical work, was not something that I wanted to do at all. So never did I think one day I'd be like, oh, I don't know how I cope without not going to the gym for a day. It really does like kind of ruin my like routine and stuff. I just kind of love the routine of just hitting the gym every day. So yeah. Anyway, kind of on that was a bit of a side tangent, but yeah, I've had a few injuries. I got food poisoning in the summer, which I think I mentioned in a few videos. So this stagnated kind of my progress for a few weeks, probably months. I was off the gym for a couple of weeks, and then by the time I got back, I lost like quite a bit of weight. My strength was down. And I had to build that back up, and that did probably take a few months to kind of get back to where I was. So yeah, that was very challenging. But I would say overall, kind of just my biggest achievement so far in my life has been building this body, building a body when I look in the mirror, I'm really proud of it. Aesthetically pleasing body, it's something I've always wanted. I've always like looked at guys and in the movies and on the TV, and you just see them and you're like, oh, like I can't look like that. But I've really realised that it's possible. I could definitely look like that, or probably better than a lot of people I see these days. So yeah, building like a body, building the body that I'm just proud of. When I look in the mirror, I'm just like, is really the first thing that I've really felt like I'm proud of in my life. Just doing like hard work, especially when I've just not felt like doing it at all. Something I've never really done in my life. I've always kind of put the minimum into things before I started hitting the gym. Consistently just hitting the gym without seeing just results straight away. Something a lot of people do really struggle with. That is why they kind of just drop off the gym. They don't take it too seriously because they're just not seeing those results straight away, which I do understand. But yeah, I've kind of learned from like the gym and fitness, that other areas of my life it's not always going to be the case. Like everything good in my life has come from the root of hard work and just being disciplined and staying in it. Like this channel, I know like it's not just going to blow up. It's not that easy. All these YouTubers that I aspire to be like, and we all aspire to be like, they all started in the same position to me. Like it takes time. You gotta just keep putting in the work without seeing results. And I know with this modern generation that is a big challenge, because a lot of people are just used to seeing instant results, instant pleasure and all of this. So that's something I've kind of learned to just deal with and just carry on despite not really seeing results, despite having setbacks. I've just been disciplined, and like I've said, I've just learned to grow and significantly, not just regarding my fitness but other areas of life. I just want to grow, and I see how it's done through building a body that I like, through lifting heavy weights every day, through being consistent, through being disciplined. I want to transform this mainly into like wealth, building a business, something that I feel happy and I feel like I'm working towards goals. That is a big thing why I do go to the gym in the first place. And regarding like my mental health too, I do not think my mental health would be anywhere near as good as it would be if I never found the gym and fitness overall. It's been the biggest thing for me in the upturn in my mental health. Like I've had problems before in the past. I've really struggled for months, and I just, till I found this, I kind of think this is the closest thing we can get to a cure. For people who are having problems with mental health, whether that be feeling depressed or anxiety, just going to the gym, I think, is honestly the best thing you could do, and honestly has changed my life. Whenever I'm like not feeling too good, well, I'm like, okay, I'll go to the gym. I'll feel better afterwards, even though it might not feel too good in the moment. That's kind of how it is, and that's kind of how it works with delaying gratification, which I'm sure a lot of people do know about. It's doing those hard things in the moment, which you know will feel better in time. But a lot of people obviously have not wanted to do that. So on to my progress. We'll get onto this now. So I think in the first year I did see a lot of progress, particularly when it came to just going up the weights, building a decent amount of muscle. But I kind of knew this would happen because I never had any experience of going to the gym before, really lifting any weights. But the last year or so, the progress hasn't been as significant as it was in the first year, I would say. I've still seen progress, but not as much as I did in the first year. The first year was quite a lot. I could really notice a difference between looking at a picture from year one, from the first year when I just hadn't done any training to a year after training, and as you'll probably see on the thumbnail of this video, from like a year from 1 to 2, there's not like a massive difference or anything like that. But I'd say aesthetically, I would say that has increased a lot over the last year. I worked a lot on building just muscle and weight for the first year, which I did do well. And in the the last year, I've kind of just, I haven't really like just gone to aesthetics completely. I have tried to bulk, but for a few reasons or another, a few setbacks, obviously no excuses or anything, but I haven't really been able to bulk too much. And I've kind of I think I've actually gone down in weight, because I was around 76, 77 kilos in the summer. Probably something around 73 kilos now, but I'm very lean, probably about 12% body fat or so. So yeah, I've definitely like leaned out, looking aesthetically as best, the best as I've ever looked in my life, I would say. The setbacks along the way have obviously stagnated my progress, but as you kind of go through a journey, through the gym or whatever it may be in your life, through your career, through your business, through your studies, you got to prepare for these setbacks. You got to know that something's going to happen sooner or later. Everything's not going to go perfectly. There's whatever it may be. Like if you're a professional athlete, it's not just like how the movies are. There's going to be times you get injured. There's going to be times where you fuck up and stuff like this. But overall, I would say, if I could go back, or what would I change, maybe you might ask me, there's not really a lot. I think I've really been consistent and disciplined with the gym. I'd say probably better than around 95% of people who would start the gym in my position, not really any training before, low on confidence, self-esteem and all of this. I don't think many people, if anyone, could really kind of match what my output really from what I've put in. So I think I deserve to see the rewards from that. I'm not trying to blow my own trumpet or anything like that, but I've really have put in the work over the last couple of years. And I've not really seen anyone else who's managed to keep up with me. Even when I see people who are training for a longer time than me, maybe they've been training 4 years, I've kind of already caught up to them because I've been consistent and disciplined in the gym. And like I say, that kind of happens with the same in business, the same in your studies. If you just stay consistent, stay disciplined, you work hard as you possibly can, you'll begin to overtake people. Obviously there has been some sessions where I've missed sessions or not really been able to train to my maximum capabilities, especially probably my first year. I probably went out drinking a bit more, so yeah, the results on some days I just wouldn't be able to give my all in a session. I'd be quite tired, lethargic, and some weeks maybe I trained 3 or 4 times in the first few months, but yeah, like I say, overall I've been training very hard and consistent, and other than the setbacks, there hasn't really been too much that I could have done about it. Obviously, I could have learnt a bit more about like form and stuff and watched a few more videos before, but yeah, I think overall my progress has been really good, and I couldn't have really changed too much about it. I think everyone's progress does vary quite significantly. There's a lot of big factors which I think are important. I think the main ones you've got to think about is your sleep, your diet, and the volume and intensity of your training. If you've got all of those elements like locked down, you're doing them really well, there's no reason why you aren't building a good amount of muscle and looking good. Your testosterone levels should be high for men, obviously. And yeah, they're the three kind of things that you kind of need to focus on. That's kind of the three things that I've been doing. I've not really done anything special. I've not took any steroids or anything like this. I never would. Any supplements really. I'd take creatine and a protein powder every now and then. But other than that, that's kind of how it's been. And I think it really is as simple as that. You don't need kind of these special like training guides or what to eat or tracking every gram of rice and gram of protein and fitting. Like, you just got to eat clean as possible, work hard as possible, and get between, like, well, it varies, but yeah, 7 to 9 hours roughly of sleep. And this actually means sleep, not just the amount of time you're in bed, because I think that is a thing a lot of people do get confused around. There's other factors obviously too you got to think about. Like I mentioned, your testosterone. I'm actually going to get a supplement called Tonka Ali, which a few people might have heard of, that should increase my testosterone, increase the amount I can probably lift and build muscle a bit easier. I think it's about like halfway kind of being to steroids without the consequences. It's a natural plant, so that should be all good. I kind of want to see the results, see if it actually works for me or not, because it might not work. I've seen some people it works for them, some people it doesn't, so we'll soon see on that one. And obviously genetics does play a part. I've had people say to me that I do have really good genetics. Obviously I don't know if they say that now, because I've built like a pretty decent body up. I have had people say it before, even before I did start training, so obviously that is a factor. Some people can build muscle really easy, some people do struggle a lot more, so these things do play a part. But yeah, I think you should mainly, if you do the stuff like sleeping, your diet and training and volume, then you should be all good. So on to the future, what kind of that holds for me when it comes to my gym and fitness journey. I think I've been kind of hitting the gym like 5 to 6 times a week. I've kind of got that nailed down. I'm in a really good routine at the moment, going at a similar sort of time, doing like the same type of exercises, and I'm enjoying it. It's working well for me at the moment, and I've proven to myself that I can do that over a long period of time. And there's no reason why I wouldn't be able to keep that up going in the long run, and the trajectory that I'm on going forward. But I'm thinking maybe another year, probably about a year and a half, 18 months so, of just me banging out the gym around 5-6 times a week, building up more strength. I really want to focus on my bulking over the next year or so. I really want to put on some more weight, because I've got to a point where I'm really lean, which obviously it does look really good, and I do like being lean. I would never want to like dirty bulk or anything like this and put on a load of fat. I would never want to kind of like lose abs once I can't see them. Then I definitely think I've took the bulk too far, I'd say. So yeah, I think bulking and then just trying to grow a bit more muscle. I think I can definitely still make a lot more progress over the next year, 18 months. But then I think after that, I would have built up a really good base level of strength and muscle, which is my main focus, where I can probably take a backseat off it a bit. I've built up a really good core foundation of muscle and a good body. And then I'm thinking of going into some form of like combat martial arts, hopefully. Maybe I'll try boxing, or what else is there? Muay Thai, Jiu-Jitsu, something like that. I'll think about it, but for now I'm just going to keep hitting the gym. But then the plan is to go into some fight. I want to build up a bit more of a base strength where I'm like really like looking big, because I think I've still got a good amount of progress that I can make. So yeah, guys, that's kind of been my 2-year journey. If you've got any more questions, I'll be more than happy to answer them in the comments below. I hope it's kind of given you some hints and tips. If you've just started your journey, or you're partway through, or you've been going longer than me, if you've got any advice for me of what you think I should do with kind of the roadmap I'm looking to go down, that would be great. So yeah, guys, hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care, guys. Peace.